Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And I thought tonight's edition of Smackdown was really good. I say it was a little bit better than Raw last night, even though Raw was a decent show last night. Had some good matches, but there was two matches that I didn't really care for. That I was like, why didn't they need to put this on last night's card? So, but it was a good show. It was live from Seattle, Washington. Of course, Daniel Bryan's hometown. And speaking of Daniel Bryan, the show opened with him coming out, greeting the fans and saying that he was grateful coming out, and he always looks forward to come to SmackDown Live and being the general manager. And he says, I'm gonna be, a dad, which we all know. And then out comes the Miz and Maurice, telling Daniel Bryan, just to be a stay-home dad. And he says, why is Daniel Bryan still in the company? Why is he still here? And he can't wrestle anymore. And Miz retaliates, saying that since he isn't in the ring anymore, he's retired. That didn't stop Miz from, he said, that didn't stop Miz from, stopping and retiring, which was really funny though. And the Miz was trying to speak, but the crowd wouldn't let him. And the crowd was just chanting Daniel Bryan so loudly so that Miz wouldn't talk. And then Miz kept on repeating himself. He goes, "The Elimination Chamber." And then the crowd would just go, "Daniel Bryan." And then Miz would keep going, "Elimination Chamber." And then they would keep going, "Daniel Bryan." It was really funny though. And Baron Corbin comes out telling Miz to shut up and that he talks too much. Ambrose comes out, jokes around with Miz and Corbin. He made fun of Miz, what he was wearing, and said that he looked like a shoe. The color black that Miz was wearing tonight. And he was and then Dean Ambrose goes on to talk about him possibly winning Elimination Chamber. What he's gonna do after he wins. AJ Styles comes out and jokes around with them all, Miz, Ambrose, and Corbin. And then Daniel Bryan makes a fatal four-way match right after the segment, because the match happened after the segment though. And that eventually led into the fatal four-way, which is Baron Corbin versus The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and AJ Styles, all four of them. It was a pretty good match. Really enjoyed it. It was back and forth action. The match flowed really well. And in the end, Baron Corbin got the win with the End of Days to win the match. But overall, it was a pretty good match. Really enjoyed it. And then when SmackDown came back from the commercial, we had Luke Harper cutting a promo saying that Randy Orton stole his family and that he's a liar. And Harper called him a snake in the grass. And Harper knows how to fix it. And he says he wants to hurt Orton really bad. And on Sunday, he will be eliminated, beaten by Harper at Elimination Chamber. And I forgot to mention, of course, the go home SmackDown to Elimination Chamber this Sunday. So yeah, it was a pretty good promo. And then after that, Todd Phillips interviews Nikki Bella and Natalya, and then it just became Nikki and Natalya just bickering back and forth. Nikki says that Natalya, the Natalya that she loved is dead to her, and Natalya goes on to say that she was never Nikki's friend. She also said to Nikki that at Elimination Chamber she is going to expose Nikki. And Nikki also says that Natalya's crazy. It was just a bickering back and forth between the both of them, which was pretty interesting. It was an interesting little segment between both of them. And then after that, we had Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler. It was a very short match, very quick match. It was good, Apollo Crews and Dolph Ziggler going at it. And then, it was just the same old that's been happening for weeks now. But Apollo Crews beat Dolph Ziggler with the roll-up. And after the match, happened week after week. Dolph takes out Apollo, hits Apollo with the chair to the back. Kalisto ends up making the save. He kicks the chair. He kicked the chair from Dolph, and kicked him. Kalisto kicked Dolph, and then Kalisto was going to hit the Salito del Sol on Dolph, but Dolph reversed it, and he hit both Kalisto and Apollo with the chair. It's been happening for weeks now between these three guys, so it was nothing special. We've seen it for weeks already. And then when it came back from commercial, Dolph is backstage, and Daniel comes and says that every time Dolph loses, he's going to throw a temper tantrum, and then just hit people with a chair. Then Daniel makes a match for Dolph at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. It's going to be Dolph versus Kalisto and Apollo Crews. It's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. So that's going to be pretty good. And after that, we had the dual contract signing between Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. And it would be at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Mickie will be taking on Becky Lynch. Naomi will be taking on Alexa Bliss for the women's title, for the SmackDown Women's title. It was a pretty good contract signing. Although Mickie had a lot to say to Becky Lynch, and then also Alexa Bliss was very pretty tonight, which she always is pretty. But it was a interesting segment with the contract signing, and then at the end they all went at it and beat the hell out of each other. So. And then after that, we had a 12-man tag team match. This match didn't really care for. It was American Alpha, Breezango, Rhyno, and Heath Slater versus the Usos, the Vaudevillains, and the Ascension. They've been going at it. These tag teams, because they want to fight American Alpha for the tag team titles, because American Alpha hasn't even fought. They haven't even fought anybody for titles. Nobody has even stepped up to them to challenge them for the tag team titles, and they only held it for a month, and nobody has been stepping up to take on them for the titles. So it was just all them. They had a battle royal at first, and then now this 12-man tag team match. So, but didn't really care for it though. Although Connor ended up win the match for the team by pinning Jason Jordan. So the Usos, the Vaudevillains, and the Ascension won the match. So, didn't really care for the match though. And it was the main event, which was John Cena versus Randy Orton for the 1,000th time. We've seen both of these guys go at it before in the past, but it was a pretty good match. Bray Wyatt was sitting ringside, in his chair, like always. But you had a few times where Bray wanted to interfere in the match, and you had John Cena give the AA to Orton. Orton kicked out. Orton hit an RKO on Cena. Of course, Cena kicked out at 2. We all seen that meme before, where it was like, Cena kicks out at 2. We all seen that meme. And you had Orton bumped into the ref by accident. The ref went outside of the ring, and that gave a chance for Bray Wyatt to interfere in the match and take out Cena. And then you had Luke Harper come into the ring. Both him and Bray had to stare down, and just Luke Harper just clotheslined Bray Wyatt. And that eventually gave Cena to hit the attitude adjustment again on Orton to score the win. So, of course, there's your winner, John Cena. And it was good that this match was happening tonight. It's good that we probably won't see this at WrestleMania. John Cena and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I'm glad that this match took place tonight and not at WrestleMania though. So, they were I originally heard that they were going to do, but I'm glad that they probably didn't. But I'm glad that they didn't have it at WrestleMania, like I said, and had it tonight. So, but yeah. So overall, Cena and Orton, it was a pretty good match. Like I said, we've seen them go at it 1,000 times in the past. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and until next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.